Coming up on the Empowered Woman podcast.
I had an incredibly traumatic birth experience, and mainly I just learned about like the maternal mortality crisis, and with all the gratitude that I had for, still being alive, I decided to devote my life to helping make sure that other moms can thrive and live.
Welcome to the Empowered Woman podcast, the #1 show on visibility strategies for women entrepreneurs. If you want to get empowered to be seen, stand out on social media, stages, TV, and more to make an impact with your voice and business, you're in the right place. I'm so glad that you're here. My name is Marcia Spurk, and I'm your host, professional singer and visibility strategist. Welcome again, and let's dive into today's episode. Hi, Terranie. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Marta. Thank you so much for having me.
I am so excited for us to chat. So we've known each other for quite a few months now. We got the opportunity to work together. I've been on your podcast, and now I get to share you with my audience. And I'm so excited because it's things that I'm so passionate about as a mom myself. So why don't you tell us who you are and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So, it's an honor first. Thank you, for having me on your platform. My name is Terranie, and I'm the founder of The Heart Next Door, which it's a maternal health tech company. It's basically a digital doula that puts care and community at the fingertips of new and expecting moms while equipping the providers that serve them with the data needed to improve maternal health outcomes. And yeah, my business was born from basically my own story. My daughter, when she was born, I had an incredibly traumatic birth experience, and it just exposed a lot for me. Mainly, I just learned about like the maternal mortality crisis, and with all the gratitude that I had for, still being alive, I decided to devote my life to helping make sure that other moms can thrive and live.
Oh my gosh. And it's such an amazing story. I've gotten to hear more of the details of it as we worked on crafting your talk and all of that. And I'm so grateful that you used that experience to encourage other moms as you realized that it takes a village, as they say. So tell us about the beginnings of the business, because having the idea is very different from actually making it happen and now having the platform and the app and people on there. Tell us about
Yeah.
those first steps, because I know there's usually somebody listening that's thinking, I would like to create an app and I would like to create a community. So tell us.
Yeah, for sure. Honestly, the journey has been like so divine. It's all been an extension. It started out as an extension of my own healing journey. Like, as I said, I can literally think back to whenever I got home, again, after my daughter was born. I know you know my story, but like, just for those who don't know, it was just to give you a little insight. Like, I had my daughter, I had to have an emergency C-section, and because of the complications that happened during the C-section, I was like unconscious for almost 24 hours. I woke up in the ICU, and I had like a tube down my throat. I couldn't talk. I didn't know where my baby was. It was 4:30 in the morning, and I was like, what is going on? And I ended up finding out that not only was I unconscious for that long, but I also had to have I had an air embolism during my C-section. So like my heart went into an arrhythmia, and that's why I was unconscious for so long. They were trying to make sure I was stable. And I also, because of my placenta really was the cause of it. It was so invasive that it was growing into the lining of my uterus. So they had to like take my uterus out as well. So I woke up without a uterus. Like, it was just the most unimaginable thing, right? And then worst of all, my daughter was in the NICU the whole time. So it was 2 days before I could even hold her. And so it started really from me just getting home and like reckoning with the fact that, like, wow, I'm still alive. I still survived, after all of that. I just couldn't believe it. And so I had such immense gratitude, but then I also, as a believer, I heard like a very distinct voice, and I believe it was God, that said to me, "Tell your story. That's why you're still here." And so, yeah, it really started with me just writing. I love writing. It's like a really cathartic for me. So I started journaling, and that turned into a book that I wrote and published called Waking Up to Grace.
Mm.
And then after that, as I started like sharing the book and sharing my story, I met so many other moms and like people who could connect to like something like I'd experienced. And so I started a podcast just to like kind of, host these conversations just like you
Yeah.
do, right? And then yeah, then a year, my daughter turned a year old and I was like, okay, so I've spent a year really immersing myself in the problem that is maternal mortality. And now like what do we do? Like what's the solution? And I really believe technology is so powerful, AI especially. I'm like a nerd when it comes to stuff like that. So yeah, I found this app. It's like a no-code platform tool that I used at first to build the MVP for my app that now serves moms. But I was just like, why don't we just use this to, to bridge the connection?
Mm. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. So one step at a time and you taking
Mhm.
action the entire time, right? Even if you didn't
Yeah.
know what was next, you just, did the book, did the podcast, and then it turned into this whole thing. Tell us about what's behind the name, The Heart Next Door, and more details on the platform. Where can people find it? What to expect?
Yeah, for sure. So, funny story is, I had the name The Heart Next Door. I knew I wanted to start a business before my daughter was even born. So, I started it actually, she was born in July. I started, my business was incorporated in June, actually.
Mhm.
I had no idea really what it was going to be about. I thought maybe my background is in education and speech pathology. So, I thought, okay, maybe I'll do something with that. But I knew that I wanted to start one. So, The Heart Next Door, it honestly just came to me. And it makes so much sense now
Yes.
because
Oh,
I
wow.
right, it's just pretty divine. I think it makes a lot of sense, not only because I think that like love is the driving factor and force behind
Yeah.
everything
Mhm.
solving, especially maternal mortality, but even just like my experience, like my heart, going to arrhythmia is literally the reason that I had such a
Oh, yes.
so yeah, that's how it came to
So
be. I
cool.
think it's pretty divine. Yeah.
It is. So tell us about the platform then. So it is for the service providers to connect, but also women, moms,
Yes.
postpartum, or if they're pregnant, like tell me why.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the app is on the App Store and it's available for moms who are pregnant and up to 1 year postpartum as well. And so basically when moms sign up for the app, you'll have her name is Nia. She's your digital doula and basically she personalizes your experience inside of the app. Immediately you're invited if you want to. You can add your care team, like if you have an OB, a midwife, a doula, your partner as well, so that they can get updates on how you're doing. And then, yeah, just inside the app every day you have check-ins too, because I think the biggest piece is that continuity of care.
Mhm.
Like so many things happen because things slip through the cracks because moms don't have somebody consistently checking on them. And so yeah, it offers that as well as a village feature that connects you with other moms and resources by zip code and shared experience.
Wow, that's so helpful, especially in this digital age. But
Yeah,
it's hard to find the right people, like going to a Facebook group or whatever.
sure.
At least now it's all contained in one place. And is the platform free? How does it work to sign up?
Yep. Yep. So the platform is totally free for moms.
That's awesome. Tell us
Mhm.
some stories from women that have joined and gotten support, or, providers that have gotten insight from the platform. Excited to hear.
Yeah, definitely. So, so many great stories, but my favorite is she started out as a doula. She's actually a doula, but recently she became pregnant as well. And so she was one of the first to try our platform, and she was so surprised because literally she'd been using so many different apps. There's so many different pregnancy
Yeah.
apps, right? But it was like one thing that I really appreciated was that she said that, that our singular app, the Heart Next Door, was able to replace those multiple apps that you'd been using previously, and so she was able to make sure everybody was in tune and checked in. And also she always recommends it to her clients too. So I just love sharing her story because that means a lot. It's a lot of validation about what we're doing.
Yeah, especially coming from a professional too. So she has the two sides of the story,
Yeah.
being a mom, but then being a professional and being able to vouch for the platform. And you have something exciting coming up. What is it? Hey, let me ask you a question. Would you like to be my next guest on the Empowered Woman podcast? Do you have a story you'd like to share? Want more visibility for your business on a show ranked in the top 0.5% in the world? Well, then head on over to martasburke.com/podcast guest for more information.
Yes, 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 yes. So we just launched our Maternal Changemakers community, which is an opportunity for people who are on the backside who believe in, building a future of maternal health where, no mother dies giving life. Specifically, this is for all the providers, whether you're a doula, midwife, policy expert. We have so many people who are just advocates for the cause and who want to be more involved. And so this is our offering to them to allow them to get more involved. And by becoming a member of this community, not only will they get access to like an award ceremony that we have at the end of the year, we call it a Maternal Changemakers Gala, but then they also get access to just promote themselves in front of the community of moms that we have on the app, also through different podcast features and like an anthology, a book that we're writing together, just like such great opportunities to uplift maternal health.
Okay, so this is for people that are providers
Yes.
would be interested. And can they be from anywhere in
Yeah.
America? Okay,
Anywhere, all over the world,
all over the
actually.
world.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
how can they learn more about this? Give us the details.
For sure. Yes. All you have to do is visit heartnextdoor.com/maternal changemakers. And you can also just go to our website. And if you go there, you'll see the offering. If you just click on Maternal Changemakers, it's on the main menu.
Okay, cool. So they can get more visibility out of this community, be
Mhm.
part of a book even. That's
Yeah.
exciting. Get an award.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, lots of stuff. So if you're listening and you're in the maternal health um, aspect in any way, you'll definitely want to check that out. I'll make sure and put all the links in the show notes. Now, I know you've been doing more speaking and pitching and doing lots of fun stuff ever since we worked together. Tell us
Yeah.
more about that journey of getting out there and sharing your story more and sharing your business more publicly.
Yeah. Wow. I have to tell you, Marta, like, I'm so grateful to you. I literally had a moment like this the other day because I think I remember when I first started working with you, I had some hesitancy, because I always knew that I was supposed to share my story,
Yeah.
but thinking about doing it on stage is like a whole new thing. I don't know
Ah,
why. It just came with like so much more anxiety initially, but as soon as I opened myself up to it and stopped focusing on the how, but just like did the work to be visible, like opportunities just come left and right. It's insane. Like literally 2 days ago, I got because I did a previous news interview, the journalist that I interviewed with initially told another journalist about me, and she invited me to do an interview like the other night. Like, and I got two, like I get messages all the time now. It's really insane. But I think it's because I opened myself up to it mentally, did the work to prepare for it, and then also just like visibly like started putting speaker in my bio like on social media, which is like the simplest thing, but it's opened the door to so many opportunities. And I initially set out with the goal to have 3 or more speaking engagements a month, if you recall, and like I'm there, so I'm very grateful.
that is amazing. Well, and it's a result of you putting in the work, right? And like you said, being open to it. It's a combination of all of these different things. But so many people, when they start working with me, they're like, "Can you really guarantee that you're going to help me find
Yeah.
opportunities?" Like it's something that's not out there. I mean, there's more stages than actually
Yeah.
qualified speakers. You're just not one of them, or
Yeah.
people don't know that you're one of them. So you have to do the simple things like putting speaker in your bio. And you're a great example because you're so niche.
Mhm.
And it was a matter of doing a Google search, right? Is that what you did? You
Yeah.
just tell us what you did.
Yes, yes, like to get my first opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. Like, how did you find the opportunities?
Ugh, honestly, I mean, I can't say that there hasn't been a single one that I've gotten from a Google search. Most of
Okay.
them have been emails. Like I've
Mm,
gotten emails from different associations that I was already, subscribed to, and I
okay.
saw they would have like call
Nice.
for speakers, and I was like, oh, that's me. Or
Mm,
like I would, again, I think from putting speaker in my bio, I've gotten at least 3 or 4 opportunities within the
that's
last month where people just like will DM me and saying, "Hey, we're having this event. I saw you pitch. I saw you do this. Would you like to speak?" So like they've been coming that way. Yeah.
yeah. So just putting yourself out there, because then when people see you as a speaker too, because you're posting, right? I spoke at
Yeah.
this place, and they're like,
Mhm.
"Oh, you would be a good fit for my event,"
Yeah.
and you also keeping your eyes peeled. And that's one of the things that I say. It's what they call the reticular activating system. Whenever Usually you're like, I want to get pregnant, right? Everyone around you is pregnant, or you see little kids everywhere. You never paid attention
Yeah,
to them. Or when we say, I want to buy a red car, all you see or whatever brand, right? All you see is that one thing. But this happens with speaking too. Now you
yeah.
consider yourself a speaker. So when there is an opportunity, you're like, oh, that's me. Whereas previously
Mhm.
you may not have seen yourself in that position. So that's super
Exactly.
exciting. So for anyone listening that may be on the lookout for a speaker, or in case they see something in the future, what do you specialize in? Tell us more about your topics.
Yeah, so definitely maternal health is a big I guess broad topic.
Yeah.
Like specifically the talk that we developed was I help moms and also providers learn how to transform isolated, fragmented maternal care into a connected ecosystem, like a village model, right? And then I also really just enjoy talking to groups about like trauma informed, like the conference that I'm doing next week is also tied into like the trauma informed aspect of how do we go from like helping patients or moms to be able to be in opportunities where like the providers can really see them and hear them and understand them and lift them up. So those are the kind of talks that I really enjoy doing.
Okay, amazing. So for anyone that is pregnant right now or has a friend or knows anyone in this mom world where there has the trauma, experienced the trauma, or could use some more support on how to even communicate with their providers, because sometimes
Yeah,
they don't even know what they don't know, right?
yeah,
That's
exactly.
why it's so nice to have that community. I love
Hmm.
it so much. Congratulations on all your success and everything that you've built. It's really amazing to see. Now, before we wrap up and I have you tell us how to connect with you, refresh our memory on the websites, the app, and all of the things, I like asking all of my guests my $1 million question. Are you ready? Terranie, what is an empowered woman to you?
Hmm. Hmm. An empowered woman is a woman who is divinely walking in her purpose, confident, and um and free. Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. She's three. I love that. Well, thank you again. This is so awesome. I'm so excited to get more visibility for your amazing vision and project. Tell us, how can people connect with you personally in case they want to reach out, and also remind us of the website and everything.
Yeah, for sure. So to connect with me personally, I am really LinkedIn. I'm there a lot. It's just my name, Terranie Clarke, and then also um my company, also we're on all social platforms. So if you just look at Heart Next Door, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn,
It's
everywhere.
everywhere.
Our website is heartnextdoor.com as well.
Awesome. That is so cool that you came up with the name before any of it happened. That is just magical. I did not expect that. We never talked about that, but that's so cool.
I know, yeah, it is
I
good.
love it. Well, thank you so much for sharing with us today. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode empowered you. And if you enjoyed the show, please join the Empowered Woman community on Facebook and share with friends, or leave a review on iTunes so more people can discover this empowering message. Until next time, bye.